got a truly awesome saint to share with you today. This is Saint Hippolytus, and she was an early church martyr. She belongs in around the 3rd century is when it's believed that she lived. And it was most likely in Rome at a time when Christians faced brutal persecution under the Roman Empire. Little is known of Saint Hippolytus's early life, which is typical of many virgin martyrs whose names were preserved not for worldly achievements but for the purity of their witness. From ancient tradition, she is remembered as a young woman consecrated to Christ who vowed her virginity and dedicated her life to prayer, chastity, and steadfast faith. In an age hostile to Christianity, such a consecration was itself an act of courage. Saint Hippolytus was arrested during one of the imperial persecutions, likely under Emperor Decius or Valerian, when Christians were ordered to sacrifice the pagan gods. Refusing to renounce Christ or violate her vow of virginity, she endured imprisonment and interrogation. Though accounts are brief, tradition holds that she remained firm, confessing Christ openly and accepting death rather than compromise her faith or her purity. She suffered martyrdom, though the exact method of execution has not been reliably preserved that I could find. What is certain is that she died in odium fide, out of hatred for the Christian faith. Because of this, no later beatification or canonization miracle was required. She was one of those early church martyrs. So when you're martyred, you don't have to have a miracle for your beatification or a canonization. So their blood is considered a baptism of glory. The miracle of Saint Hippolytus' sanctity is the miracle of perseverance, the grace to remain steadfast under threat of death. Early Christians regarded the courage of virgin martyrs as a supernatural sign, made possible only through divine assistance. Her example strengthened persecuted believers and encouraged other young women to offer their lives entirely to Christ. Saint Hippolytus is spiritually connected to the great company of Roman virgin martyrs, including Saint Agnes, Saint Cecilia, and Saint Lucy, who bore the same witness of purity and courage. Now, what's amazing about her and the early martyrs, the early church martyrs, is that the martyrs are called on a lot during exorcisms.